Good morning. Why don't we do a what do I do in a day video? So, we've woken up. As you can see, all of the stuff that used to be on the floor is now in the van because I lost that, and I'm not much good without that, so I've had to hunt around for it in the van anyway. Found it, brilliant, over the moon. Now I'm going to get myself loaded up with what I have to do today, tools wise, and then off I pop to the job. Now the job is just there, so I can go far to walk, but before I actually set off I've got a little bit to do. I've already brushed my teeth and done mouthwash. I have to do, what else do I have to do? Oh, my hair for a start, because that's a trip. Anyway, in there somewhere, that's my stuff box. I've got some face cream because I'm old, my skin is awful, so I need to moisturise it up, make it look nice. But I also have this routine to go through. So it's not old people pills as such, but it is keep your younger pills really. So NMN, I've got NAD plus brain support and some creatine. So I take these most mornings when I remember, and hopefully it'll keep me looking younger. I shall talk to you a little bit more about this stuff in a separate video. So I'm going to fire them into me now. I'm going to get my face cream on, make myself look beautiful, and then I'm going to load my bag, because today the reason I've chosen this is I'm in basement 2, so 2 levels below the ground floor, and then I'm on the roof, so that's 12. I don't know why I've done that, because I don't feel very peaceful about it. So there's 12 levels that I've got to go from and to do the other opposite ends of the cables I'm doing in the basement. Do I need it? No. Do I have to do it? Yeah, I suppose. Still ugly. So here we go. This is my descent into madness, into the basement. Down to level 2. Then we get no signal or nothing. So you're essentially in solitary confinement. Right, so got here down in the basement. I thought I was connecting the 2 lift cables here and then on the roof. So it gets in and it's right, can we just go through what we need to do? Yeah, no problem at all. So I'll show you. That's the first lift cable. The second one's going to go in a minute, right? Now, that's the power, the main power supply to this whole panel. And we were waiting on a lug. Now the lug's turned up, so that needs to be put away. Then is, oh, see those 2 630mm singles. In that tube is earth bar. So we need to mount the earth bar in there, and then we're going to take cables out of there. No, sorry, then we're going to connect cables to that. Oh, also we're going to take an earth from there into there, one from there, across down to that earth bar, from that earth bar up and over into there, and then we're going to do the same from there over into there, from there to there, from there, over into there. Oh yeah, and all this needs to be done by tomorrow because the company put the power on. They're going to disconnect the temporary power supplies, and everything's going to go live. So can you just get it done? So you think you're coming in for a nice relaxing Monday morning, and then everything just goes crazy. But me, being an absolute fool, moved the daughter into university on Friday. And I took the majority, not all, but the majority of my tools out of my van. So I'll get all their stuff in and transfer it here, there and everywhere. Forgot to put them back in. Idiot. So I'm running with a sort of a skeleton crew of tools. Enough to do some glanding, and I've got a crimper to do terminating. Fortunately for me, I've also got the big crimper in, so I can do that 400 and the 630 single earths. So hopefully I won't be too hindered in what I can and can't do. Otherwise, it's a drive home. That's 2 and a bit hours. So 2 and a bit hours there, pick the gear up, sleep. 2 and a bit hours. Well, it's usually about an hour and 3/4 on a Monday morning, which it was this morning, because of there's no traffic at that time of the morning because I leave at like 4. But when you're leaving at 4:30, 5 o'clock, anyone who's worked in London, anyone who's worked in London will know, nightmare. Anyway, get this other one in, and then we'll see what we're going to do after that. Right then, back at the fan. The power went off because the generator ran out of diesel. So I've come back to get my bigger crimper, and then we're going to take it back, finish those. Well, they're done, but they've got the lugs now, so I can terminate the 10 mils that I was working on, and then I can move on to all of the earthing and the 400 mil single that didn't get done last time. Good, this, isn't it? This is what happens day to day in my life, honestly. There's the neutral away, so that's that connected. I've brought the big crimper, the crimp box. There's a 500, a 630 and a 400 mil in the set, so I've brought those. That's to do those two next, and then we've got to link all of the earths around. Let's have a look, let's come out a bit. Like I said before, link all the earths around, and then I think I'm going to start putting some of those away, the little babby ones. But I also have to go up to the roof, because the other end of those need connecting on the roof. Like I said before, that's 12 stories up with all my gear. So what I might do is take my gear over to the hoist and see if they can lift it in the hoist up to level 9. Oh, no, level 10. Yeah, level 10, and then I can carry it up onto the roof. And it looks like we're working late tonight because of the what's it called? Power went off. No diesel in the generator. So that was about an hour and a half. So that'll push on obviously to tonight. Right. All of that, what I've just said, completely went out the window. This is the next day. So although I said it's what happens in a day, I didn't have time to video anything. So what happened was, we stood there, I've got those two cables in, the lugs weren't here. Then the power went off. So everybody went out for a while. Then the lugs arrived, so I could have done the terminations on the two lift cables. That all went awry because, see those cables behind me, the earths? Now they weren't in, they didn't exist. They had to be pulled, terminated. Also, those two, I'm going to turn around because you can't see. So what we've got, you see up there, there's two 630mm singles. So they drop across onto there, and one of them, they can just see it, look, through there. So they had to be put in, set in. Then we had to put that cable in, which goes across, over and down to the earth bar. Now, obviously, there's no containment there, so that's all just bent into place and terminated as itself, you know, there's nothing supporting it. So that had to be done. That cable was already in, but that cable went in, excuse me, into there. So we had to pull that back out, bend it round and drop it in on that side. Honestly, what an achievement. Then we had a cable coming out of this panel. It goes across, up, down, over onto that bar, and then the other one comes across back into there, and then we've got the link from there up, round, over and down. Now I'm going to put that lug onto there, and then I've got this piece on the floor right there, and it only goes over there, and I've got to make it come from that earth bar onto that earth bar, but I haven't got enough to go up here and then down. What a day it has been, and it's only just started. So let's see how we get on. And while we're on, the trigger on the cutter got stuck last night. If you can see, we'll go a bit closer. See all of the scuffs and the... There, look, you can see it's focused. That was me hitting it with a pair of grips. Try and release it. I've managed to release it this morning. I don't know what's wrong with it. It just, I mean, it's coming back all the time now, but it just got stuck. To say I was panicking, because obviously if that ram pushes all the way out, it's stuck. That's it. It's finished. Yeah, I panicked a little bit. Have I showed you these before? Look at that. Dead or alive, you're coming with me. we can see that that isn't going to make it up onto the rack, across and then down, because there's just not enough of it. But that's all we had, and this needs to be done today, so there's no chance that we can order some to do that. So it's going to have to, what I'm going to do is I'm going to put the lug on that end and then bend it to where it's going to go, but it has to go on that bolt there, because it can't fit there because the lugs are too wide. Same as this one couldn't go there because it overlapped that piece of copper. So that's just what we've got to work with. So it's going to have to go on this one and there, and then see where it goes. Right, and that's that. Now, it's not straight. It's not tied in, obviously, because there's nothing to tie it to. But once it is tied into something, you'll be able to set that bend and everything will be hunky-dory. So, what next? Behind me there is a load of 10 mils. So I suppose I could do those, because I have actually got the lugs for them. There is a load of 25 mils that I could gland, but I can't terminate because we haven't got the lugs for them. This is it. This is what happens every day. You'll have stuff for one job and then you'll have no stuff for the next job. It's not like, you know, like Sparks who were working for themselves, they were doing, I don't know, maybe a bit of commercial or doing houses and stuff. If they forget something, which they shouldn't really because they're there and they're ordering it all, you can just nip out. You can go to whoever. I'm not going to start naming names because I'll end up with an advertising thing. But you can go to wherever you go, whichever electrical wholesaler you use, and that's you. You're done. You've got your gear, you're back to the site and you can get on. When you're working on industrial jobs, you can't do that because usually it's the main electrical contractor that provides the stuff. So then what you've got to do is you've got to go, we haven't got any of such and such. They then get onto the buyers order it, it turns up in 3 days. So you've almost got to be sort of psychic to go, well, I tend to, when I start a job, it's, have you got everything? Where are the lugs, where are the glands? Can you show me everything? Have you got enough? Is there this, is there that, is there the other? And you've just got to sort of preempt them to order it. But on here, these were only pulled last week. I didn't even know they existed, so I couldn't really say, have you got the stuff for them? Because, like I said, I didn't know they were a thing until last week. And then I turned up and they haven't got the stuff. Anyway, I'm going to get on with this, try and make some money. Construction. Fudge. I was drilling said hole when this battery ran out. Now, I haven't got another DeWalt battery charged, so I'm going to have to go to the van and charge it there, which sort of hinders any sort of, well, progress that I can do here. That's a pain. However, it does offer me an option that I don't usually get to do during the day, and that's eat, because I don't. I generally just work through. And I was going to say I fast because I'm trying to keep the weight down, but that doesn't seem to be happening anymore. It did when I first started it. Weight dropped off, but yeah, it's not happening anymore. Anyway, I shall take my battery and I shall go and charge it up and have something to eat in the process. To make matters worse, there's a Greggs round the corner. It's not the best thing to be eating when you're trying to lose a bit of weight, is it? I'm going to Ibiza in a couple of weeks. No, I'm in September. Oh yeah, October. Yeah, I am. Yeah, it is a couple of weeks actually. I think I've left it a bit late. This is where I'm working as well, so that's the room I've just been in. And if we just pan, it's difficult for people to comprehend actually. Right. I'm 2 levels below the street now, and if you work over on a night, I can actually hear the tube running underneath. So that's quite disconcerting, isn't it? Right, back in the van. I've got a Greggs, try to be as healthy as possible, but it's difficult. So I've got mac and cheese, chicken. I did get a steak bake, and I got 2 drinks, but I had to get some yums. Incredibly annoyingly, that was about 15, 17 turns when I put the new battery in. So like less than 20 seconds, boom, through. And it's took me an hour to charge the bloody battery. Anyway, onwards and upwards. Look at that, looks like it's been snowing. Anyway, that's me done. 6 in there. Glanded terminated, then there's that one in there in the bottom. And then the earth situation is all terminated. Obviously the lads need to fix some sort of containment in there, but they're gonna do that. We've got that one, that one, that one, that one, that one, and then this side again. I need to put those away tomorrow morning because they're getting the stuff here. I've got 2 lugs to put on there, and once I've done that, then we're up on the roof. But that is me done for the day. So that's, I mean, it's not a typical day, but it was today, because in this game every day is different depending on what they want you to do, size of cables. Like tomorrow I'm up on the roof, so it could be that I'm getting absolutely saturated, or I might even, if it's windy, I might get blown off. I hope so. I imagine this is a short video, so if you have got to the end of the video, little thumbs up, thank you very much, and I'll see you wherever I may be on the next one. Ta-da.